Tes my one two. Tes my one two. Tes 1 2. Tes 1 2 3. Tes 1 2 3. Tes 1 2 3. Tes 1 2. Tes 1 2 3. Test my 1, 2. Test my 1 2. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syahmi Zalani. Right now you are listening to IIUM FM, your campus radio. Alhamdulillah, right now I will be, this is the episode number 3 for program Young Scholars. So basically, if our listeners who don't know what is the program Young Scholars, so basically this program will be talk about anything about postgraduate, masters or PhD journey. So if you are student, master student or PhD students, these are the right place for you to listen. Maybe you can want to grab some tips or tricks that maybe you want help for your research. This is the place, inshallah. So for today, we are very honored because I have a very special guest accompanied with me today, which is Prof. Rose Alinda alias the director of CTAIS, Center Tawhidic Artificial Intelligence, International Islamic University Malaysia, IIUM. Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay.
Actually, CTAIS stands for Center for Tawhidic AI.
Okay.
And then the S is for studies.
Studies. Okay, I'm very sorry, Prof.
It's because we feel that studies is something that we need to do. A lot of studies. Because Tawhidic AI is something new.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be a lot of studies vis-a-vis research.
Okay.
Must be done before we can understand what is Tawhidic AI.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof, for correcting me. I forgot about the S letters in the CTAIS studies. So basically, these centers, actually, we want to talk more about what the role of these centers to you. So maybe for the start, Prof, right? Maybe I want to share to the listeners maybe some background for our guest here. Prof. Rosalinda. So basically, I want to share to all of the audience the profile of our distinguished guest for this evening. Professor Dr. Rosalinda is a senior professor of information system and founding director of Center of Artificial Intelligence Studies. Tawhidic Artificial Intelligence Studies at IIUM. And she accomplished scholars in information system and visionary leaders in higher education. She earned her PhD in information system from the University of Salford in 1998, and then early complete concurrent masters and also masters MBA in 1986 and bachelor science in 1985 at the University of Miami. And vast 35 years in career, she has mentored a lot of students, especially for PhD.
I graduated 30 doctoral students.
MashaAllah, 30 doctoral students.
30
Ya, 30 orang. And basically, all of the research work that you've done is in information system and in AI.
Okay, in information systems, in AI was the beginning,
The beginning.
and then as I was retiring in 2022,
Okay.
I wrote a roadmap for Malaysia, the roadmap for artificial intelligence in Malaysia.
Oh wow.
And I was highlighting that we cannot just go into the technological aspect. We must understand why we do things. And I have been talking about this many, many times in terms of the fundamental and the foundation of a technology, in particular, in this case, it is AI. I really didn't expect AI to boom after I retired.
Okay. So
So
basically, you are working with AI is quite early, right?
yes,
in your
very,
careers.
very early, because I
Okay.
was trained as a computer science. We were taught AI as a machine learning subject, but that was in 1980 something. And then we emphasized even then, because I was studying in United States, and then I did my doctoral in United Kingdom, so I never actually studied in Malaysian university.
Okay.
But then I highlighted that we have to focus on why we do digital transformation, why we do things. And that's how I have been like emphasizing the importance of fundamentals, values, ethics, so that when we do any digital transformation, we will not be put aside, or we will not be marginalized. And I was like very surprised. Why is the roadmap that we have is a team of 5 of us,
Okay.
a collaborative team between UTM. I retired from University of
UTM, yes.
Technology Malaysia, and then we collaborated with overseas from the States, as well as from, I think it was Microsoft at that time, but now he is in Amazon Web Services, AWS. But then there's only 5 of us. But we emphasize that the strategies must be emphasizing. We arrange the strategies such that the collaboration is number 6, but we have to start with the governance, which includes the ethical aspects, the non-technical aspects. Then only we go into R&D, all of that. So that is strategy 2, and then only we go into collaboration, which is strategy 6. But what happened in reality was the other way around. We were collaborating without having the fundamentals.
I see.
And then when I was like, why are they bypassing the fundamentals in terms of the governance aspects? And then people complain. Why is the AI, in particular this technology, marginalizing the workers?
Yes.
And I was saying, it's because Malaysia has already skipped the fundamental aspects, which is the governance aspect. So that was why I decided to return from retirement in 20. And you must remember that I retired in 2022. I joined UIA late last year, so that we can help. And I became very interested in these Tawhidic aspects of any technology. So it's not just artificial intelligence, it's any digital technology. We have to look at the Tawhidic aspects. So I was trying to push the difference between Tawhidic intelligence versus natural intelligence versus artificial intelligence. So I put it in terms of three levels.
Aspects, 3 levels.
3 levels. So before we talk about artificial, we have to understand natural, and many people were talking about natural. Natural is mainly man. It's about, because when we talk about artificial intelligence, it's about doing what man is doing, but machines is doing it. But I keep saying, we have to realize that our creator, Allah, will, no matter how we do or what we do, or the intelligence that we try to propagate, if Allah says no, then it will not happen. So that was why in the end, and then when we complain, why does the artificial intelligence ignore the human aspects? And we ask the question, why are humans ignoring that we have a greater being, the creator, whose intelligence is far superseding man's intelligence? So the first thing that we try to emphasize is that Tawhidic intelligence must be something that you understand what it is and how it is different from natural intelligence, which is man, before you go to the machine, which is artificial intelligence.
Okay, Prof. Before we go further with the strategy that you made in the roadmap, right? So actually, we want to go back like 30 years before, when you first started. You basically started in IT. You study in IT. So Computer science. And then at that time, we don't have the idea of artificial intelligence. We don't know, right? But maybe we were taught.
The computer scientist students were taught
about AI.
About computer. We were not taught about AI, but we were taught how to do AI in terms of using it as a machine learning tool. But that is narrow AI. And then from narrow AI, we become general AI, but now we are very much into agentic AI, generative AI, and it has really, really expanded the notion of AI. So we have to make everyone understand that this is evolution.
So why you want to study about AI in the first place, Prof? What do you think? What do you find this particular area is good for your studies?
Okay, why I became interested in AI was because of the complaints that were made about digital technology. Initially, my concern was about digital transformation. I was focusing on digital transformation. As I've mentioned, that AI came about only after I have retired. But even before I retired, I was saying that when we focus too much on the technologies, we forget that it is actually created by man. And I think I really applaud IIUM in the sense that it is highlighting, the institution is highlighting that there is a being greater than man himself or herself. That is our creator. And we have to realize that no matter how we plan, the best planner is always our creator. So no matter how transformation we envision it to be, it is down to our creator in terms of making sure that any technologies that we implement and introduce are actually benefiting society.
Okay. When we talk about AI, kind of, Prof, right now, I think the emergence of ChatGPT, I think in 2019.
Yes.
Right? In 2019, ChatGPT is I think the first model of LLM, and then after that, there's a lot of LLM right now in the market. Maybe you can share a little bit with our audience. Is there any other types of AI other than LLM?
Okay, LLM is just the beginning. We have to realize that. Okay, it's a language model, so it is based on the languages that we have, and it is based on the concept of modeling. So we have to understand that there will be many newer things, and especially postgraduate students must realize that when we use ChatGPT, for example, or any AI tool for that matter to do our research, we have to realize that it's important on who we are as the values that we hold, because the machines such as the ChatGPT is just a tool. So using AI as a tool is very different from someone who has ethics, for example, who has values, who is guided by our creator in terms of what is right and what is wrong. And this morning we heard from Dr. Kamar Onia in terms of religions and how religions contributed to transformations, and she was using the word revamping instead of transforming humanity. And I think I agree with her. It's about revamping and it's not about transforming. Before we transform, we have to revamp first. Okay, so I think it was about how we use AI as a tool rather than AI as who we are. Researchers will be undoubtedly researchers will be using many tools. Because that's why we value researchers.
Yes.
But you have to remember that there is a greater being than you. You are created by our Creator, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, and we have to remember that. If we forget and we think that we are so great because we have a tool, and we forget that doing the things that we do is because of the tool, and we claim that the tool is us, that's where the mistake comes in.
Okay.
Because we have to acknowledge that this came from ChatGPT or from Gemini or for example from a tool of artificial intelligence, and we cannot say that it is ours. It's the same thing we used to say when we do postgraduate. We say that you have to put your citations. When you use literature from a particular work that has been done by others, you have to acknowledge that others have done the research before you continue with the research. So likewise, the same thing. When we use AI as a tool, we have to remember that AI is just a tool. At the end, you, the man, is in charge. But at the end, it is our Creator. No matter how you try or you try very hard, but it is all up to our Creator. And we have to realize that.
Okay, Prof. So actually, I want to ask about, to summarize things up, that there's many points that you come out in the talk before. You say, I want to ask about how we want to put AI, how we want to understand what is AI, right? So maybe, Prof, you can summarize what can we understand about AI? So what we want, where we want to put AI in our life? Is it because sometimes I think AI is influence our decisions. Sometimes we always dependent to AI so much. Until right now, I think our critical thinking also have been so
it's the thinking ability
thinking
that we are
abilities.
concerned about. And why we have postgraduate programs and why we have researchers, it is to develop their thinking skills. But the thinking ability is being eroded by having AI help us. Because when you do your literature, it used to be in my days, literature review, I said that in my days when I did my PhD in the UK, it took several months for an article for me, and then I discovered that the article is not relevant. But now it's all in terms of a click. Now I can get. So for literature review, you can use AI, and then for analysis, statistical analysis, whether you're doing your research quantitatively or qualitatively. For example, you use en vivo, but then and then you will use Grammarly to check the reports or the thesis that you're writing. So those are the tools that you use. But then you have to remember that when you use these tools, that you are at the mercy of the tools. Don't be a slave to the tools. You have to realize that you are in charge. And it's actually not you as a man who is in charge, but our Creator is in charge. And that is something that has not been emphasized enough by our curriculum. Our curriculum straight away want to teach students how to do it and how to use the tools. But beyond using the tools of AI, we have to realize why we use it and whether we use it the right way with ethics or not.
Okay.
So
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. So, to sum up, for this first segment, maybe we can share a little bit an important points which is, please don't make ourselves a slave for AI. Okay.
no.
Please do. We have the ability that being given by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, which is our mind. Our mind is the greater than AI, and then maybe we can put AI as a tool, right? It's not more than that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much, Prof. Maybe can we take a break first, Prof? Okay, so after this, maybe we can talk a little bit about the application of AI in research, Prof. All right, because there's a lot of mistake that be made by the students who are using AI in their research. Maybe we want to ask Prof your experience supervising your students, whether using the AI in the correct way or not. After this, Prof. Okay. Don't go anywhere. We see you after this. Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to program Young Scholars with me Syahmi and our guest Prof. Ros Alinda, Director of Center Tawhidic AI Studies IIUM. Okay, Prof. So, how is it so far, Prof? Are you comfortable in our studios? This is your first time in our studios,
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Okay.
First time in any studio.
First time in any studio, mashallah. So we are really privileged, Prof. Okay, Prof. We want to continue our discussion in AI. So we going to into AI in research, Prof. Maybe you can share your experience handling a lot of doctoral students. What are the encounter that you faced before in your students, Prof? They are using AI. What type of AI that they use? Maybe you can share a little bit.
Okay, you have to remember that I retired in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, there was no AI, a very
Okay.
little AI.
Okay.
But I think became very concerned when I see the thing that we first think is so easier to become student now because everything is done by the AI. So researchers also, we depend a lot on the research that is being done. So yes, please use AI. Please use any tools that you have at your disposal. Please use them if you have the tool. But then please use them responsibly. That's what we want to emphasize. And I think that when we, as a researcher especially, the responsibility is on us because we have to remember, why did we do postgraduate? Why did we do research? It's because we want to sharpen our thinking skills. But don't use the tools such as AI such that you can no longer think. And that is the concern that we have. That our students, our researchers use or depend too much on the tools such that they can no longer think on how to be a good human being.
Okay.
Or how to be a good worker.
Okay, Prof. So, in your opinion, Prof, how does AI help with tasks like data analysis or literature review or writing?
Okay, we know that for every phase of research, it starts with literature review, right?
Yes.
So when we read the articles, we can definitely ask AI the opinions of the AI tool, such as ChatGPT, on the article that we have accessed, whether it is relevant to our research, our topic or not. So that is in terms of literature review. But then statistics analysis, you can go either quantitative. So if I talk about quantitative, is always SPSS. So any quantitative tools, and I tell you there's so many quantitative tools that is aided by AI. And then we also have qualitative tools, and I mentioned NVivo, which is something that I emphasized my students many years ago that they have to know. And I think qualitative is something that we need to sharpen, but we need to improve. But then now with AI, it's like so easy. Even qualitative analysis is being done by the tool, by the AI tool. And then we have writing. So I always tell people that I am the AI because my English is supposedly very good. But now I also surrender in the sense that the English used by AI, we have to realize that large language model comes from all over the world. So the English from AI is even far superior than what we have. So if your English is not very good, don't worry. You can use AI to help you in your English, in your report writing. But then you have to realize that that is just to check the grammar or to check whether you're using the right vocabulary or not. But then the thoughts or the findings, the thinking is still yours. You have to remember that the responsibility of a researcher is to ensure that any research that we do comes from us and our team of research team, our research supervisors or whoever, but it comes from us.
Mm.
We have to acknowledge that. And we have to acknowledge if we use a tool, we have to declare that we have used a tool to help us in our work.
Okay. Okay. This is a very important question, Prof.
Yes.
What are the tools that maybe you can that can really help in our research? So and then how we want to use it correctly, Prof.
Okay. The tools that I have mentioned, several tools that you can, because you have to remember that I retired a long time ago before the emergence. But I think I was very impressed with ChatGPT in the sense that it's like my friend. And but the ministry is providing free licenses for all students on Notebook LM, as well as Gemini for the lecturers. So, and we have been sent for training. So the support, the institutional support by the ministry and by the institution is very important, in the sense that first of all, you must use tool that is licensed. Okay, if it is free, okay, use it first. And then the problem that we had with Gemini was that it is free, but then people know ChatGPT first. So when we did the survey in IIUM, 70%
using ChatGPT.
Using ChatGPT compared to Gemini. But the funding that we got from the ministry is for Gemini. So we have to teach. The center has to teach everyone how to use Gemini intelligently for the lecturers, for the staff. But then for the students, we have to also promote how to use Notebook LM. And I tell you, Notebook LM makes your life so much easier as a researcher.
Okay. So here we come to the centers, right, Prof? You mentioned that your centers is help to make the students more understand how to use AI more properly and more efficiently. So basically, what is the main function of your centers?
Okay, we have several years at the beginning, because you have to remember that the center was just established. A few months old, but our focus now is to train everyone, as many as possible. So our first focus in this year is to train. So training covers the educators, the academic staff, as well as the non-academic staff and the students, the three categories. So that is training. And then we also we want to build, so that is the academic part, and then we have the second part, which is research. So we have to do, because we have to remember that CTAIS depends a lot on the studies that is being done. So the second part is the research, and then the third part is the linkages. So once we have strengthened our capacity building in using the tools, in knowing the tools that should be used by the categories of staff, non-academic as well as academic staff, as well as the students, then only we want to do research. So once we have strengthened this, then only we will collaborate. So the linkages are built, the bridges are built once we have the expertise. And we feel very strongly about that. Build the talents first, and then only talk about it and offer your help. But maybe some feel that it's not the right way, but we feel strongly that is the way. So strengthen first, and then only collaborate.
Okay. Okay, Prof. So AI, I believe, right? In my experience, I'm using AI also quite frequently. Also in my research, Prof, I'm declaring here. I use AI in my thesis as well, but mainly for what we call brainstorming, Prof. Right?
Yes.
It's like co-partners, right? So what I can see in my experience when I'm using AI, there's a lot of things that we call hallucination, Prof. There's a lot of false things that looks true, right? Hallucination in AI. Maybe you can share what are the common mistakes that been made by the students in
Okay.
using AI? Yeah.
Because first of all, you have to know what is right and wrong.
Yes.
So it will hallucinate because we have to remember that AI comes from all over the world. So of course there is a tendency to hallucinate, but we have to be the screen. We have to be the judge whether it's hallucinating or not, whether it's fake or not. So we have to be the screening factor. So we have to determine, we have to evaluate. And that is it is us as men, as researchers. It doesn't matter what you are in relation to the artificial intelligence, but then you have to be superior in the sense that you have to tell, hey, you're wrong there, and you have to have the courage to tell the machine that the machine is wrong. And then the machine will be very apologetic and say that, I'm sorry, I'm just a tool, I'm just a machine.
Okay.
But then we have to realize that there is a greater being, and that is where I think that we are severely lacking. The Tawhidic intelligence in terms of we feel that in terms of realizing that there is an intelligence from our creator that gives us. But we feel that, it is about man, natural intelligence, and telling the machines what is right and what is wrong. But then we have to remember that it is Tawhidic intelligence that is far greater than the natural intelligence.
Okay.
Because natural intelligence, it depends on man.
Okay, interesting, Prof. The concept of Tawhidic intelligence, right, is far greater than AI itself.
Yes.
Okay, Prof. Just a follow-up question with the. Before this, you say that AI is process the information, take the information from what we call many places, right? The model is come from open networks, right, Prof?
Yes.
So is there is AI have a capability to create something that doesn't exist, Prof? It's not from open network. Is that AI can do that, Prof? Come from nothing?
AI can have the ability to do it. When you say come from nothing, yes, AI has the potential of doing
so
it.
they're fabricating things,
yes.
Right?
There is the potential of doing it, but as long as it is being controlled by man, and man realize that there is a greater being than us, then we should be okay.
Okay. That's such a relief, Prof, because before this, I attend in your talk in the Senate Hall, Prof, right?
Yes.
You mentioned about what we call right now is the beginning of AI, right? And then after this, there is what we call generative AI. Generative AI, and then after that we go general AI, which is the thinking had the capability like human beings, Prof.
Yes.
They have inspiration. They have their own decision thinking. So it's quite worrying. So I think that's the important things that maybe we can take is we need to make sure our niyat is in a good place.
Yes.
And then we good, right, Prof?
That's why it is important. An institution for IIUM like IIUM is important. That we emphasize for our future developers, that for our future coders, that it is important for us to realize that we are in charge.
Okay. All right. Before we end off for this second segment, Prof, maybe you can share some tips to our students, to our ongoing PhD or master students who are currently, struggling writing their papers and everything. What are the tips that maybe you can share to us how to use AI in research?
Okay, I always tell my students, talk to as many people as you can. Don't just talk to your supervisor only. But now With AI, you can talk to ChatGPT, and there's so many ways that you can talk. So the important thing is for you to discuss your ideas with others. And discussing with others could be a human, could be a machine, as long as you open up. So please, please, please use the tools that we have.
Okay. So there you go. If you sometimes we are shy to meet some people, right? So we have a tools right now. We call you can chat with our new friends, which is ChatGPT. We have Cloud as well, Gemini.
Yes.
There's a lot of tools out there. Please use responsibly, and then please use wisely. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. After this, maybe we can take a break. We go for last segment, which is ethics. Yeah, ethics and also challenges and also some risks. Maybe we can talk a little bit about it. Don't go anywhere. Please listen to IIUM FM, your campus radio. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to program Young Scholars IIUM FM, your campus radio. With me, Syahmi Zalani, and our guest, Prof. Ros Alinda, Director of Center Tawhidic Artificial Intelligence Studies, IIUM. Okay, so this is our last segment, Prof. We have another couple of minutes before we end our programs. Okay, Prof. Our segments right now, we want to discuss about the challenges, ethics, and also risks on how we want to use AI. Okay, so before this, we already established some of the challenges that been made by AI, which is the hallucination thing, the hallucination of giving information, right? So Prof. Rosalinda says that we have to make sure, we have to know what is the truth before we consider the information is true or false. And then after that, we're gonna talk a little bit more. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the ethics of how to use AI. So maybe, Prof, you can share to our listeners out there. What are the ethics and what are the things that we need to consider before we use AI?
Okay, the thing about using AI or any tool, I would like to emphasize that it's a matter of, do we trust it? Because trust is a big word. For me, it's a big word. So we cannot trust absolutely the tool. So our researchers also, do we trust it? So trust is a big thing for me. So the challenge is about trusting the tool or not. And then some common mistakes are when we trust but we don't verify.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for example, I say that we have to add citation, we have to do by bibliography, but we trust without we verify the source comes from where, from whatever, and then we copy and paste. Because we get it from ChatGPT. For example, I'm just using ChatGPT now because ChatGPT is so popular.
Yes.
But I should talk more about Gemini. But then we trust ChatGPT and we say that ChatGPT can be used by us because it helps us think. But we have to remember that we may think, but we think with ethics. And what is ethics? Ethics is not about people telling you this is right, this is wrong. We ourselves, we are guided by our ethics. Everyone has a rule of ethics that guides you. Okay, so I think most important is you have to ensure that you have integrity, academic integrity when you use any AI tool, and you don't want to be over dependent on the tool. Okay, and then we have to remember that it is always our ability to think that guides us. So any irresponsible use of AI in research is too many and increasingly, because everyone thinks that they can be a researcher. Everyone thinks that they can do postgraduate because now there's ChatGPT. There's AI, and you can be a postgraduate student even if you know, as long as you know how to use the tool. But it cannot be like that. We cannot think like that. We have to think that AI is just to help us, to assist, not to replace us. And it is just to help us. And we have to verify all sources that we use. And then if we use AI, we have to acknowledge that we have used ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or whatever. And whatever that you write must be your own voice. Okay, must be coming from you, not coming someone who say, is this coming from so and so? And people also will be doubtful whether it's coming from you or not.
Yeah.
But it's your voice has got to come out, and people have got to know what you stand for. So at the end of the research, is not just about contribution. It's also about it's about how you are contributing to knowledge, not just about producing knowledge. So an AI is just producing, but thinking and about contributing knowledge because when you do a research, it's about knowledge contribution. What's your contribution to knowledge? So you have to remember that.
Okay. Okay, Prof. So if student, there's a postgraduate student, whether they are masters students or PhD students, or maybe researchers, academics, how they want to link to your centers, Prof? How they want to collaborate with you? Maybe you can share some little bit information how we want to collaborate with you.
I used to say that just email us, but then I think I have to use AI to screen through the email now.
Okay.
But then just email us or just talk to us, and we will be willing to work with you. So communicating depends either through the phone or through the email. But I think I used to say, okay, just email us. But then email doesn't work for me now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Rose Alinda. Right now it's already 6 p.m. It's the end of our programs. So maybe one last question, Prof. Just very short questions. Soalan cepu mas lah orang kata, Prof. What is your favorite AI tools, Prof?
I'm still very much a ChatGPT person.
Okay.
Why? Because I like to talk and I like to chat.
I see.
And I think compared to even comparing ChatGPT, I know I will get murdered because of this, because I'm supposed to champion Gemini. But I still think that ChatGPT is much more friendlier and chattier than Gemini. Because Gemini is one thing, AI is about speed. But we have to think about, is speed the most important thing? So I like ChatGPT because it's fast. And I keep telling Gemini, you slow.
Okay.
But then we have to see that speed is not everything. So sometimes you have to verify, is what ChatGPT telling us accurate or not. And only we can tell. Only we know.
Okay. This is our guest, Prof. Rose Alinda alias Director Center Tawhidic Artificial Intelligence Studies, International Islamic University, Malaysia. Thank you very much, Prof, for accompanying me in our studio, IIUM FM, for 1 hour. Inshallah, maybe if we have another talk about AI, boleh jemput lagi, Prof. Inshallah.
Boleh.
Inshallah. Okay, thank you very much to all. Don't forget to follow all of our social media platform. We have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and also YouTube. Do subscribe on our YouTube. We daily have a live in YouTube as well. IIUM.FM, your campus radio. See you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.